Susie from WoolWinders. I'm here today joined by the wonderful Marlise, and this is a new series. It has yet to be named. We were thinking Safari Spotlight or... But what I'm hoping to do is have conversation with wonderful people in our community and show off some of the beautiful work that they've done. And so thank you, Marlise, for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome, Susie. What a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
You know what inspired me?
Yeah. What?
And I have a show and tell.
Yeah.
It's your sketch.
My sketch?
Which, ta-da!
Oh, dear.
Can everybody see this?
Oh,
the sketch.
Yeah.
You remember
I remember that.
And this sketch was extremely important.
Where
it
we
really
counted.
was my motivator. It was what made, you know, the whole process, it made sense, right?
Yeah.
So you see how you inspire others?
Well, also you and I are very methodical on those things,
Oh,
where
yes.
we love math.
Yeah.
We're STEM. We're women of STEM.
Yes, we are.
And so having schematics with all the numbers.
Yes, absolutely.
It clicks for
absolutely.
us. Yes.
And knowing how the construction of the garment is, right? I
Yes.
mean, that to me is fundamental, and
Yeah.
so that's where the sketch came into. It just,
I can't
was
believe
the
you
birth.
still have it.
Oh, yes, I do. And I shall keep it forever and ever. And it's
I love
now
it.
in a folder, you know, and it's like, you know, whoever inherits my things will inherit the sketch. So that's said, and all the notes that go along.
But what about?
Oh, yeah, the garment. It's interesting, isn't it? For me, the thrill of, you know, putting it together and actually knitting it was, you know.
We'll do some close-ups of it after.
Great. You know, it was a fun sweater to knit once I understood from the sketch, and I'm always going to refer to the sketch because it, you know, when you pick up you know, any kind of instructions, right? You read them. I read it from the first page to the very last page. I do not start, you know, a project without reading and understanding. And then if there's a stitch that I don't know, I will practice it before I even start the sweater.
Yes.
And so it's very methodical. Yeah. But maybe that's the industrial designer in me, right? Because that's what my background is. And so I need to understand the quote-unquote loosely architecture of, you know, and the engineering of whatever I'm doing. So it's it's really very mathematical. But that said, you know, I had never done a sweater that was this structured, right? And I've been knitting since, the age of 7, right? And I was taught by my mother, who was taught by her French mother, and, you know, and so, and you know, being a Peruvian, you know, the people in my country, whom probably I don't share too much of a DNA, but, you know, they knit, and so knitting has been in my blood forever, right? Forever. And the people in the Andes, even though I don't come from the Andes, I come from the coast, from the city of Lima, you know, I was always enamored with, you know, the things that they
so much
knitted
fiber,
and
arts and fiber
so much, right?
It's embedded in so many of their traditions.
For sure. You know, with the pattern, it was beautifully written,
I have never seen a pattern so well written.
Right? It was just it was just magnificently written.
Oh, we should probably say what is the pattern?
Yes, it is. It's called the Ripple Jacket, and it's by Heinturn Stern.
We'll put links down in the show notes at the bottom of this video, so you'll be able to find the pattern for this.
And, you know, and as I was reading, as you know, like with you, everything is so disciplined, because it is, even though there is like, it was an average, you know, we read the comments, it was really, you know, a sweater that is a lot more for the average knitter than it's not a very difficult pattern.
No.
Because it starts from, you know, the top down, and then you add the sleeves. But then the design that it has is just magnificent.
Let's see if I can.
And
I know we're going to focus on it later, but just need to show this.
Yeah. And by the way, I have to just put a special shout out
Yes.
because Flo did the blocking, and she is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I mean,
it was worth the investment, and it just, she knew what to do and how to do it. So
Flo is amazing in so many.
So, anyways, going back to the sweater, it was a process.
Yes.
And I wish I could have done it faster. I would have if I didn't have to, work from home and do all those things.
The work thing.
Right. So, and I'm very happy with the result.
My goodness!
Wear it, but it's for me. It's a fancy sweater to take to work. If you will. Yes.
Well, for me, it literally was whenever you would get to an edge and have to do an I-cord, it would literally turn. I mean, it's obviously a three-dimensional, piece of fabric and everything, but you would be working on that I-cord edge and it would literally turn the entire thing, create the structure, create the edges, it was just, from a design perspective, like what you're saying, it was just mind-blowing to watch you execute it, and then to get like the nice edges. It was a gorgeous process to watch. And also there were a couple of the edges where we were like questioning, remember?
Very much so. But that's part of the process, right?
It is. This whole project, like, I know that there were some frustrating moments on it, and yet the entire Safari and Sweater Academy crews were so excited for you at every step. And then I think I kept seeing, as the instructor in there, them inspiring you kind of inspiring them because this pushed a couple of other people to pick up more difficult projects than what they would normally do.
Isn't it interesting?
Which was
That's
awesome.
wonderful to hear.
And like what you were saying, everyone kind of takes the critique aspect a little bit different. Some people need more positive affirmation.
Yes.
Some people need a little
Which
bit
is
more.
valid, very valid, by the way.
Absolutely.
I don't, but it's very valid.
But also, I think everyone in the safaris, you get to the point where, especially by the end of the month, and then those who continue for multiple months, you all kind of know each other at that point.
Yes.
And so you know how to motivate and inspire each other.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I
Absolutely
saw all of this
critical, which brings me to the most important part of this whole experience, which is really the community.
Yeah.
This is like, when I say giving birth, it's like a community giving birth situation here, right? It's like, so it's the safaris, and it's the Sweater Academy, and and all of my knitting friends, if you will. That community is critical, and I owe it to that community, to my community, to the community I belong to. Doing things that inspire me, and I get inspired by others. And all of the different personalities, and and I obviously it grounds me, and I just love it. Well, 13 years worth of being part of this community.
Exactly. That's huge, and those kind of stories are what really prompted me to want to purchase WoolWinders, and because I didn't want to see that get lost.
Oh gosh, that is so true.
Like, of course, like the whole business aspect and all that, but like so many of us have become close over the years, and like, it's the community aspect, and that's something that I really want to continue to foster and grow, because I think that that's a huge part for our own well-beings, and also really just like for Rockville and the community in Montgomery County, like to have this kind of tight-knit group. I can't believe I just said that. Let's talk about the yarn.
Yeah, that was shepherd wool.
Yes.
Shepherd's wool.
So sad that it's going away.
I know. And I thought I was
This is a highly coveted
It
skein.
is? because I have 3 more.
You need to hold on to this and not let people know that you have it because they. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
have not. Well, you know, I would
We
never.
only have a couple more left somewhere. I don't even know where. Oh, maybe we don't. But yeah, this is like gold.
But you know, I only ended up using 2.5 skeins.
I didn't believe you when you said that. I don't know why I didn't believe you because your notes are like,
yeah,
and
you
so,
know, and it's like there was such a
and we
huge
did the math for
and
it.
we did the
We-
math, but
and
that's
it worked,
okay.
and
you
it
know.
worked, but it worked.
It
But
worked,
like,
but yeah, it was just that, you know, it also has to do with tension, right? And a
Yes,
whole
yes,
bunch of
yeah.
different things, right?
well, we did the proper gauge swatching
and we
before.
did, we
Yeah.
did.
Oh, of course we did.
But we did.
You and I are gauge swatch people.
Yeah. Yes. That's really
Count
critical.
4 times.
Yes. Different. That is also very true and so
Yeah.
critical, right?
Yeah.
For this whole process.
Yes.
But I'm not implying that I overbought that yarn. It's just that what I ended up doing, I was very aware is that because I didn't want the sweater to be loose,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
ended up economizing on because I was keeping that in. I wanted
Yeah.
it. I wanted to look like a jacket.
Yes.
You
yes.
know, I wanted to
We
look
wanted
like a
it
jacket,
fitted,
very
tailored.
tailored.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
that was very interesting process as well.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, absolutely.
but then I ended up economizing, and you know, now I have
I couldn't.
gold.
I couldn't remember because, as you know, I'm very risk adverse in so many things, and I will overbuy yarn because I stress out so much. I don't like playing yarn chicken.
Oh,
I don't like it at all. So if
I
I
agree with you.
calculate and it tells me I need to buy like 3.5 skeins, I will buy 4 or 5. Usually 5. I'm not going to lie. I will buy 5 because I am so scared of running out of that yarn, that dye lot. If the yarn goes out of, business or like
You're
stops
so
getting
right, Susie.
I'm so risk adverse. So I couldn't remember if that's what we had done on this
We
one.
we did.
Okay.
We were very aware of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and as you know,
You and I are so neurotic.
I was buying the last skeins the store had
Yes,
as well,
yes,
right?
yeah.
It's like I was buying the very last. I don't think you carry this anymore, right?
Well, we can't. It's no longer made.
It's no longer made. So
I would
there
love.
were so many factors.
I would have a whole wall of this if I could. Like,
Yeah,
do you know how many sweaters I have made of this? Oh,
and then I eventually bought more of the shepherd's wool, and I'm like, I have now boxes of shepherd's
me
wool.
too.
Yes.
Yeah,
which
I think
is
a lot
like-
of people, which is why this is gold.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I couldn't remember if
we did.
if it was my neuroses combined with yours that made
Oh.
us buy.
Speaking about being neurotic, yes, my neurosis.
I wasn't sure if it it was an additive effect or a synergistic where you and I would.
Yes, it was a combination of both, and it was very, it was compulsive.
But
that's
it's
me.
okay. But we had enough, and now you have enough to make another whole sweater if you wanted.
Yeah, or maybe a skirt.
What else is on the what's on the needles next?
Well,
or what class is next? Or what is next in the world of Marlies and fiber arts?
Fiber arts.
Yeah.
I'm working on a Rowan pattern, another sweater that I'm actually putting it together, and it's really beautiful. It's just a plain cardigan,
Okay,
and
yeah.
it's
Set-in sleeves?
I have to add the sleeves, and it's like it's
You haven't done a
constructed.
set-in sleeve sweater yet. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. So I'm just it's being built,
Yes.
and it's a very organized process. That sweater is I'm doing it with one of my favorite yarns, and my favorite yarn is 29 Bridges.
Oh,
And
yes.
I'm pointing to
Yes.
the place I gravitate.
We have a whole wall of-
and
Mary does phenomenal
beautiful yarn,
work.
and I have a special, actually, another closet for the yarn.
I want to hug now, Marlies.
You want to hug?